Edisto Music Festival is returning for its second year, filled with local performers and lively music. Today, I talk one-on-one with one of the organizers of this event, Dr. Althea Hall-White, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, sponsored by Neil Brothers. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Dr. Althea Hall-White.
Really?
Welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
I'm just Althea.
Got to give you your proper title because you worked hard for it.
You know, paper is paper. Okay, I earned it. I showed that I can complete things. But that paper does not make the person.
Well, you are a great person. And by the way, this particular interview, Althea, is sponsored by Neil Brothers, which does great work here in the community. And I thank them for sponsoring this particular interview. But I'm bringing you back on Quintin's Close-Ups because obviously you're one of the organizers for the second annual Edisto Music Festival, which is returning obviously for a second year, and is a celebration of Edisto Beach, which with live bands and local performers. And of course, it also has lively music, food trucks, and other vendors. So tell me, Ms. Althea, what's new, what's now with the Edisto Music Festival?
Well, what's new, I guess, with the Edisto Music Festival is that we're still doing the same things. We're doing it differently this year. Jams Productions is actually producing the show, taking care of all the music and everything, working with the band and the performers, and just having a great time. And everybody's on board. Everybody's having fun. You know, music is the kind of thing that, to go back to coin their phrase from last year, bridging the gap. And there are a lot of great and wonderful local performers that just haven't gotten their just due. So what we plan to bring to the stage are some unsung heroes, as well as, you know, consider the fact that a lot of the sponsors are local sponsors from the beach itself.
Yes. And Ms. Althea, let me ask you this.
Is going to do the opening for the festival, and he's going to introduce our super MC, who's also doubling as the DJ for the afternoon.
Wow.
So it's going to be great. And we are also honoring a very special young man that actually lives and works on the island. And everybody knows him as Marshall. And his full name is Marshall Butalusi. And this is his second year performing. And when Marshall comes with his guitar, Marshall brings the love. And I'm quite sure he's going to razzle-dazzle them again as he did last year.
Oh, that's really amazing. And Ms. Althea, you talk about obviously honoring those unsung heroes. So when it comes to the Edisto Music Festival, how many more gaps do you want to help bridge with this festival?
Well, you know, that's interesting. I'm glad you asked that question. Not only are we bridging the gap in just music, but we're bridging the gap by bringing people together. We had such a diverse audience last year. I mean, from every walk of life, from all parts of the island, from Charleston, even from out of state, that actually were there visiting for Thanksgiving. And just watching people just enjoy. And the wonderful thing about the festival itself is we cover any number of genres. So when you think of the categories of music, we've got something for everybody. As a matter of fact, we're also introducing a new female group to the Charleston area called Genres. And these young ladies are amazing. And basically we cover everything from jazz, country, contemporary, pop, rock, you name it. These young ladies can do it. And it's going to be an amazing feat. The unit band is, I think, one of the best stage bands in the city of Charleston and the surrounding areas. And the members of their band are amazing. They have a guitar player. He is, I would say, maybe 2 steps below, you name the best guitar player in the world. Okay, this guy is amazing. Then we have, of course, his name is Anthony Austin.
Right.
And then we also have on bass, Jeffrey Holt. He's pretty much the principal as far as organizing and keeping everybody in check. And then we have keyboard player Larry Ford. And on alto sax, none other than Mr. Education himself, Mr. Leroy Smalls. And of course, Jerome Griffin,
right.
Mr. Motown. He's one of the Griffin brothers from, from my era. See, I came through with a band called the Dynamic Capris back in the late 60s and early 70s. And the Griffin that I was telling you about, both the DJ and I call him Mr. Motown, Jerome, they were related to the guitar player that played with us, who went on to Tuskegee and had an opportunity to play with Lionel Richie, but decided to stay in school and get his engineering degree. And of course, the interesting part too is that most of these guys are gone, but including my husband, who was a keyboard player. I love keyboard players. What can I say? Okay, they tickle the ivories.
Yes.
So the Bridging the Gap and the Island Festival itself means so much to so many, and we're also offering a special discount to first responders. So if you come to the gate and you show your badge or whatever information you have that would indicate that you are a first responder, you will receive a 20% discount from your ticket. And I think that says a lot about the kinds of people that we encourage. It is family friendly.
Yes.
Okay. And there will be food trucks. There will be other vendors. It's an exciting time. People are laughing. Bring your lawn chairs.
Yes.
The dance floor is packed. You might have to take a number.
Yeah.
Okay. The performers are going to put on a show. And I think it's something that everyone is going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy to be a part of it. And working with genres, it's given me the thrill of a lifetime.
Wow. That's amazing.
To see young people just come into themselves. I mean, and I tell them that's the teacher in me. I tell them my stories about the industry and having had some opportunities, within the realm. And it makes a difference when you can share.
Absolutely.
Experience counts.
Experience does count. Absolutely. How have you been able to come into yourself over the past 2 years with this festival?
Just getting to know the directors, being able to form a great relationship, and looking at what really their efforts are as far as bringing people together. Even those who are, shall I say, special needs, and that's interesting because a lot of our children don't have an outlet. Music is one of the best ways for children, young people with special needs to find themselves. Yeah. And fortunately for us, we have been able to. I would like to think when I think of Marshall, to nurture and care, and he just gets so excited. And to see him in our final dress rehearsal was amazing. I mean, because we set the background, we set the musicians. He was very receptive, and he did an amazing job. And he's going to do some Darius Rucker. Okay, and that's something I think everyone is going to enjoy.
Yes.
And we'll be covering some Etta James. We'll be doing a special tribute.
Frankie.
And the finale, Frankie Beverly and Mays. So if you don't know the Frankie Beverly and Mays songs, if you can learn them in between arguing with your crazy uncle at Thanksgiving dinner, you can prepare to sing along with us in the finale. Yes. It's going to be great and a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
And everyone's looking forward to it.
Oh, yes. And, on a personal note, I've been able to listen to Frankie Beverly songs from the 90s on up because of my stepfather who listens to his songs immensely.
Right.
So, and we do miss Mr. Frankie very much so. And we thank him for all that he's done in the music industry as well. But let me ask you, Ms. Althea, with those different genres that you have and are going to have at the festival, which one of those genres has actually changed you the most?
Jazz. They call me the jazz singer. Jazz, blues, because these are all experience. Yeah. A lot of what I've done through the years is I sang about my life. I sang and covered songs that actually were personal to me. And there's some country in there too. I can throw a little twang out there if I have to. We do that too. But, I think that this is a way of self-expression. I just recently finished up my music studio.
Yes.
And I did it for myself. But then I came to realize that there are a number of young people that just need a place where they can. It's called Jams Productions. Okay, Charleston LLC. It's a plug and play. Bring your acts. I got your amps. I got your speakers. I got your mics. Okay. And if nobody comes, I can go in and I can do what I want to do and just have my fun.
Yes.
Because I told my pastor, and I always told him, there are two things I never refuse to do. And that is pray and sing.
Yes.
And to me, that's the most important. And there's so many talented young people, and having lost so much of the extracurricular activities in the schools, have really taken away the opportunities to create. And we're losing that piece. And our children, we need to find ways of bringing them back into exploration, but exploring the good things. When I think back to the 50s when we were singing in the mop heads and mop handles and cans and, doo-wopping and all of that. I mean, it made a difference.
Yeah.
I used to listen to my mom and my dad talk about dancing to Miss Lonnie Hamilton. Okay. And I've had the pleasure of having sat in a couple times with Mr. Hamilton, who was my band director, by the way, at Harold's. And, oh goodness, there's just so many opportunities. I tell our kids about, having met Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
Okay. Having worked with some very notables in Houston. Having sung New York with Ed Koch at a party. And, it's just the experience you get, the exposure that you get, the love that you get. But most importantly, as I tell them, it's not so much about the love that you get, it's about the love that you give. I've been on stages where I've looked into audiences and I've seen people in the audience looking like they were just about to hang it up. And through song, music, I could see the light come on in their heads. You would see them smile. They would smile maybe about a verse that you might be singing, about a lost love or a found love, or someone that you miss so dearly. But then it brings you joy and pleasure to give others joy and pleasure. So to me, that's what it means. I can't express it any better than that, other than knowing that when I use what I have and take it from inside and throw it out there,
yes,
it meets and greets someone, and maybe they needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Maybe they needed to feel that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get them. I'm doing a lot of stagecraft and working with the young ladies, on performance techniques. How to bring themselves out, how to put themselves into the song. It's like, I taught reading.
Yes.
I always had my kids to put themselves into the story.
Yeah.
It made it more realistic. It made them a part of what they were doing.
Yes.
And we need to do more of that. They need to have that opportunity. So when it comes to the Edisto Music Festival, trust me, it's going to be phenomenal. And if you miss it, well, that's next year. If you want to be a part of it, you need to start thinking about it now and getting your act together. And you could possibly be a part of it, because, it's open. And people need to know that we can bridge all gaps through music.
Absolutely. And this is probably a redundant question, Ms. Althea, but how exactly has the Edisto Music Festival become a curated event?
I'm sorry, would you repeat that? I didn't quite hear that.
Yes, ma'am. How exactly has the Edisto Music Festival become a curated event?
a curated event. Um, the development of itself in itself came about by interesting people who sat around thinking about how to make things better for individuals, not only on the island but throughout our area. And with all the concerns about what's going on, not only in our state but throughout the country, we need more unity. Community, I always think of as being common unity. So if we can find that commonality, the things that bring us together versus the things that separate us, we will come into common unity and bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap. And I hate to be redundant, but what is that commonality for this particular festival?
For this particular festival, come out, have fun, enjoy your family, enjoy each other, and leave knowing that you can sing a song that Frankie Beverly once sang.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Happy feelings.
Happy feelings, and we are one.
There you go. Oh, yes.
All right.
That's on my Spotify.
Yeah, I got it right here. It's on the list.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, Dr. Althea Hall-White with the Edisto Music Festival, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups. And we want to again thank Neil Brothers for sponsoring this interview.
Well, I want to thank Neil Brothers also. And I hope to see them at the festival.
There you go.
And if they ask for me, we'll find some tickets.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
You too.
No, have an amazing evening.
There you go.